The demand the sky over Earth turned dark as hundreds of alien ships appeared above the clouds. People in every city stopped what they were doing and looked up in fear. The ships were huge, shaped like long black blades, glowing with cold blue light. For a moment, the world was silent, as if the air itself refused to move. Then every screen on the planet switched on at the same time. Phones, televisions, tablets, billboards, even old radios came alive. A face appeared on the screens, an alien with silver skin and sharp glowing eyes. Its voice echoed across the world, calm but cruel. "Humans, surrender your planet," the alien commander said. "You cannot fight us. You cannot escape us. Your world now belongs to the Empire." The broadcast repeated in every language, reaching every home and every street. People froze, some in fear, some in shock, some in anger. But the commander did not expect what happened next. Human leaders gathered in a hidden defense room deep under the earth. Generals, scientists, and world officials watched the alien message replay on the wall. Instead of panic, there was something else in their eyes. Something quiet, something dangerous, something the aliens would never understand. The chief general, a calm old man named General Harris, leaned back in his chair. He listened to the message again, then again, as if studying a puzzle. When the broadcast ended, he gave a small, surprising laugh. It was not the laugh of someone who was safe, but the laugh of someone who was ready. Outside, people waited for orders, thinking the world was about to fall. But inside the secret room, the humans did not behave like defeated beings. General Harris spoke to the communication officer. "Open a line to the alien flagship." The officer hesitated, but followed the order. A moment later, the alien commander appeared as a hologram in the room. The alien looked annoyed. "Have you come to accept your surrender?" But General Harris simply smiled. He stood straight and answered with a calm voice. "No," he said. "We will answer you soon." The alien commander narrowed his glowing eyes, confused by the human tone. He expected fear. He expected begging. He expected tears. But instead, he found humans standing tall, almost amused. The commander ended the communication with anger. He ordered his fleet to pull back for a short time, preparing for a full attack. As the alien ships moved into formation above the upper atmosphere, human activity suddenly increased across the planet. Old military bases opened after decades of silence. Underground bunkers activated systems that had been sleeping for years. Trains without windows carried unknown cargo into deep tunnels. Scientists moved in groups, carrying locked metal cases marked with warning signs. Rumors spread across the world like wildfire. People whispered about a secret project the governments had been hiding. Some said it was a weapon. Others said it was a ship. Nobody knew the truth. But everyone felt the same thing. Humans were preparing for something big. In the hidden command center, General Harris looked at a sealed door at the back of the room. Behind that door lay something the aliens did not know about. Something humans had been building quietly for years. Something created after a forgotten message came from deep space. A young officer approached the general. "Sir, should we warn the public?" Harris shook his head. "Not yet. Fear will only help the enemy." He placed his hand on the sealed door. "This is why we did not surrender," he said softly. Above the earth, the alien fleet waited for the perfect moment to strike. Below the earth, humans prepared to unlock their greatest secret. And somewhere in deep space, a lost ship was moving toward Earth with dangerous news. The aliens believed humans would break, but humanity was not planning to break at all. Humanity was planning to fight back. The hidden project deep under the mountains of Earth, far away from any city, a giant metal door slid open with a heavy sound. A group of engineers wearing dark uniforms walked inside a secret facility that almost no one on the surface knew existed. Bright white lights turned on automatically as they entered, revealing long halls filled with machines. This hidden place was called Project Return, and it was the most protected secret in human history. General Harris arrived moments later, his footsteps echoing across the hall as he examined the giant machines around him. To anyone who saw it for the first time, the place looked like a mix of a lab, a bunker, and a spaceship factory. But to the people working here, it was the one hope humanity had against the alien empire. For years the world believed every major government had stopped developing space weapons. But that was only the surface story. Deep below, far from public eyes, scientists continued working day and night on mysterious devices and advanced ships. Machines hummed, screens glowed, and strange metal structures lined the walls like sleeping beasts. A scientist named Dr. Lian approached General Harris with a tablet in hand. "Sir, we have activated Phase 1, she said with a serious tone. Harris nodded. "Good. The aliens think we are scared. That will help us." She led him into a chamber where a tall silver device stood connected to cables and glowing tubes. The machine was shaped like a pillar, covered in symbols that no human had written. General Harris stared at it for a long moment. "Every time I see it, I remember the day we received it," he said quietly. Dr. Lian also looked at the device with mixed emotions. "This is the reason we still have hope," she whispered. "It is the one thing the aliens fear." Before the general could answer, an alarm beeped softly from the entrance of the chamber. A soldier hurried in, saluting quickly. "Sir, we just detected a signal from deep space," he reported. "It is the Horizon ship. It is finally returning." The room fell silent. Everyone had heard stories about the Horizon. It was a human exploration ship that had left Earth many years ago, searching for new star systems, but months after its launch, all communication with it was lost. The world believed it had been destroyed, but inside Project Return, only a few people knew the truth. The Horizon had sent one last secret message before vanishing, a message warning Earth about an alien empire growing in the dark corners of the galaxy. A message that started Project Return. General Harris took a deep breath. "How long before it enters our system?" 28 minutes, sir," the soldier answered. The general nodded. "Prepare the landing bay. I want a full team ready." Meanwhile, far above Earth, the alien fleet moved into a slow orbit. The alien commander watched the planet with cold eyes. He wondered why humans seemed too calm, too quiet. Something felt wrong to him, as if the humans were hiding something powerful, but he ignored the feeling, believing humans were weak creatures clinging to hope. Back on Earth, the landing bay lit up as engines roared in the distance. A bright white light tore through the sky as a ship re-entered the atmosphere. The crew of Project Return watched the screens nervously as the ship approached. The Horizon had returned, but nobody knew what condition it was in. Nobody knew what it had seen in deep space, and nobody knew what it was bringing back. The ship landed with a heavy metallic thud, shaking dust off the floors. Its doors slowly cracked open, steam bursting out into the air. Inside the foggy darkness, a figure stepped forward, wearing a damaged spacesuit. General Harris felt his heart race. The captain of the Horizon walked out with a tired, haunted look in his eyes. "We found something," the captain said, his voice shaking with exhaustion, "and the Empire is more dangerous than you think." Behind him, his crew carried a sealed metal crate marked with strange alien symbols. Dr. Lian's eyes widened when she saw it. "It is the second device," she whispered, almost unable to speak. And with that, the real beginning of the war for Earth had finally started. The first clash there inside the Project Return base felt heavy as the Horizon crew entered the main briefing hall. Their spacesuits were damaged, their faces tired, and their eyes filled with memories no one on Earth could understand. General Harris stood at the front of the room, waiting for the captain to speak. Every scientist, soldier, and engineer watched in complete silence. The captain placed the alien-marked metal crate on the table. Its surface glowed faintly with strange blue patterns. "We stole this from one of their research ships," the captain said, his voice low and rough, "and they will come for it. They will not stop." Dr. Lian stepped closer, her hands shaking slightly. "This is the second device, the one we believed was lost in deep space," she said. "When both devices are connected, they create something the aliens fear deeply." General Harris looked confused. "Fear? The Empire fears nothing." The captain shook his head slowly. "That is what we believed too," he replied. "But we were wrong, very wrong." Before he could continue, alarms suddenly echoed through the hall. Red lights flashed, and screens came alive with emergency messages. A soldier rushed in, breathless and panicked. "Sir, alien scouts just entered the atmosphere. They are attacking." The entire base moved at once. Soldiers ran to defensive stations. Scientists secured the alien device. Engineers activated systems that had been waiting for this moment. General Harris and Dr. Lian hurried toward the control center. The captain and his crew followed, ready for the fight they knew was coming. Outside, the sky above Earth turned bright with streaks of fire. Alien scout ships cut through the clouds like deadly silver knives. Cities saw explosions in the distance as the scouts tested their weapons. People screamed and ran for shelter as the invasion finally began. But the aliens faced something they were not expecting. Human defense towers activated across continents. Giant metal panels slid open from hidden bunkers, revealing long cannons glowing with blue energy. Project Return had built weapons far beyond anything humans had used before. The first human cannon fired, sending a beam of light into the sky. In seconds it hit an alien scout ship, cutting it cleanly in half. The alien commander watching from orbit froze in shock. What was that weapon? He demanded. His officers had no answer. No species had ever destroyed Imperial scout ships, that is, down on Earth. The control center buzzed with rapid commands. Holographic maps showed alien ships across the globe. Harris pointed at the largest scout group. Target the northern cluster. Fire when ready. The human cannon shot again, each beam hitting with perfect accuracy. The sky lit up as multiple alien ships exploded at once. The alien commander snarled, "Impossible. Humans cannot have this technology." But he saw the truth with his own eyes. Humanity was not running. They were fighting. Inside the base, Dr. Leon activated the first device. The pillar-like machine glowed brighter than ever before. The second device in the crate responded, vibrating with a strange hum. The Horizon captain stepped back nervously. "When these two activate fully, the Empire will panic," he warned. General Harris stared at the glowing machines. "Good," he said quietly. "Let them panic." Outside, the battle grew fiercer. Alien ships rained plasma fire onto mountains, oceans, and open fields. But human cannons countered every attack with precise beams of energy. For the first time in galactic history, the Empire was being pushed back by a species they considered weak. A final explosion lit up the sky as the last scout ship fell. Silence followed, broken only by distant alarms and panicked voices from cities. General Harris stood in the command center, his face calm but determined. "This was only the first clash," he said. "They will return with a full fleet." The Horizon captain nodded. "And when they come back, they will come with everything they have." Earth had won the first battle, but the war was only beginning. The return of the aliens. The world was still shaking from the first battle when the alien empire made its next move. For a few hours Earth felt quiet, almost peaceful. But everyone knew this silence was not a victory. It was only the calm before something far worse. Inside the Project Return base, General Harris, Dr. Leon, and the Horizon crew stood around a glowing hologram of the solar system. Red marks spread across the outer edges like drops of blood. A soldier ran in with panic in his eyes. "Sir, we detected a massive energy surge near the edge of space," he reported. "It is the Empire fleet. They are returning." The hologram changed, showing huge alien ships entering the system. Not small scouts, not testing units, but full war carriers, battle destroyers, and capital ships bigger than Earth's largest cities. Everyone in the room felt the weight of fear press against their chest. The captain of the Horizon stepped forward. "This is the fleet we saw in deep space," he said with a grave voice. "When they bring these ships, it means one thing: total extermination." Dr. Leanne looked at the two glowing devices standing in the center of the chamber. "We must finish activating the second phase," she said firmly. General Harris nodded. "Do it quickly. We don't have much time." Above Earth, the sky turned dark again as the alien fleet appeared like a black storm. Their ships stretched across the orbit, blocking sunlight in several regions. People all around the world watched the sky with fear as giant shadows moved overhead. The alien commander, now beyond angry, sent a message to every human screen once more. "Humans, you were warned," he said. "You attacked our scouts, you stole our technology, and you dare resist the Empire." His voice grew colder. "This time, we will not accept your surrender. This time, you will be erased, but deep under the earth." Humans did not freeze. They moved faster than ever. Machines activated. Engines roared. Power cores lit up with electric fire. The two devices pulsed together, sending waves of energy through the facility. Suddenly, the second device lifted off the table, floating in the air as blue symbols spun around it. The Horizon captain watched with fear and hope. "This is the reaction we saw on the alien research ship," he said. "When this starts, the device can create a force field that even the Empire fears." Outside, the alien fleet began firing plasma beams at Earth's defense towers. Massive explosions lit up mountains and oceans. Human cannons fired back, striking smaller ships out of the sky. But this time, the enemy force was overwhelming. Every destroyed alien ship was replaced by 10 more. General Harris stared at the battlefield. "We can't win this with normal weapons. "We need the device," he said. Dr. Lian checked the readings, sweat on her forehead. "It is almost ready, but we need more power." The base shook violently as a plasma blast hit the ground above. Dust fell from the ceiling, alarms screamed, engineers shouted to stabilize the generator. The Horizon captain stepped forward. "Use the power core from our ship," he said. "It survived for a reason, maybe for this moment." The engineers rushed to connect the Horizon power core. Once the cables were attached, the entire room lit up with blinding blue light. The two alien devices fused together, humming like a living creature. A powerful wave of energy shot upward, breaking through rock, clouds, and atmosphere. The alien commander watched the sudden energy burst with shock. "What have the humans done?" he whispered. His officers stared at their screens in disbelief. Dr. Lian looked at the glowing machines with awe. "It has started," she said softly. "This is why the Empire feared the devices above Earth." A massive shield of blue energy began forming. It stretched across continents, covering the planet like a giant shimmering dome. Alien weapons fired and struck the shield, but the energy absorbed every hit. For the first time, the alien commander felt something he had never felt before. Fear. Earth was no longer the weak world he expected. Humans had awakened something powerful, something ancient, something unstoppable. And the final battle was coming. The ultimate clash. The blue shield around Earth glowed like a second sky, a bright dome of energy stretching across the planet. Alien plasma blasts struck the shield again and again, but each attack faded like dust hitting a wall inside the alien flagship. The commander stared at the impossible sight in disbelief. "This should not exist," he said with shaking anger. "No species has ever unlocked the power of the ancient devices, but humans had done it, and that changed everything." Deep under the Earth, the Project Return base shook with continuous vibrations as the two devices pulsed with energy. Dr. Lian watched the readings on her monitor, her eyes wide. "The shield is stable, but it is not the real weapon," she said. General Harris turned to her. "Then what is—" She looked at the glowing machines. When fully activated, the devices release a counter-energy pulse strong enough to break entire fleets. The Horizon captain stepped forward. "That pulse is what destroyed the alien research station we escaped from," he said. "It is why the Empire wants the devices back. They fear them more than anything above the Earth." The alien fleet prepared for its final attack. War carriers opened their hangars, releasing thousands of fighter ships. Giant destroyers moved into position, their cannons glowing with deadly energy. The commander sent a message to all ships: "Enough games. End the humans now." The sky darkened as alien fighters rained down, their attack waves fast and deadly. Earth's defense towers fired back, lighting the atmosphere with lines of blue and white energy. Explosions shook the sky like thunder. Human aircraft joined the battle, weaving through laser fire with fearless determination. But even with the shield, the pressure from the alien fleet was increasing. Inside the base, Dr. Lian shouted, "Energy levels rising. Activation in 20 seconds." General Harris stood tall, his eyes focused on the hologram of the battle above. "Hold the line," he said firmly. "Just a little longer." The Horizon captain tightened his fists, watching as alien fighters hammered the shield. "If the shield falls before activation, Earth is finished," he whispered. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2. The entire base shook violently as the devices unleashed a blinding burst of blue light. A massive wave of energy exploded upward, shooting straight into the sky like a rising sun. The ground rumbled, the air trembled, and the shield expanded outward with unstoppable force. Above Earth, the alien fleet saw the wave approaching. The commander's eyes widened. "No, not this, not again," he shouted. But it was too late. The energy wave hit the first alien ship and tore through it like paper. Then it hit the second, the third, the 10th, the 100th. One by one, ships exploded in bright flashes, breaking apart like shattered glass. The war carriers caught fire, spinning uncontrollably as the pulse ripped through their hulls. Even the massive flagship began to crack, its metal screaming under the pressure. The alien commander fell to his knees, feeling the final shockwave. "We should never have challenged the humans," he whispered. A moment later, his ship burst into thousands of bright fragments. Lost in the light, when the wave cleared, the sky was silent. Pieces of alien ships floated slowly in orbit, glowing like dying stars. Earth was safe. Humanity had won the ultimate clash in the Project Return base. The machines dimmed, the energy fading slowly. Dr. Lian exhaled deeply. The devices are stable now, she said. General Harris looked around the room at the